Hey guys, what is going on? My name's Tyler McNabb, and this, I'm turning the camera around real slowly because you guys saw a hint of what is over there. You guys can't see what's over here right now. I have not shown that yet. A little bit of a surprise for you. So yeah, that's my YFZ 450R, by the way, and we've got something sitting next to it. I'm looking at it right now. If you're here at the races this weekend, you'll probably know what it is, and if you follow me on TikTok, I gave some hints, dropped some hints about it, and some people caught it, but we'll see. That's going to be in a later video. So anyway, we're out here at the final round that we are going to be racing this year for Indiana XC Racing. We are out at the IXCR round 12 rock run race. It is out here in Rockville, Indiana, not too far from the house, about 45 minutes. This race last year, if you would remember, was an absolute mud fest for us. We showed up on Friday, it was sunny and 70, it rained a bunch that next morning, and then it ended up being an absolute mud fest. So this time we have much better conditions. It's like perfect out here in the field. It's actually fairly soft a little bit. We even actually had to get pulled in. We took a bad line coming in. But other than that, woods is pretty darn dry. So yeah, looking forward to a great race weekend. Not sure exactly what class I'm going to race quite yet, honestly, because my dad was thinking about racing, and Zach's racing. He's coming out too. Shingles shouldn't be here, or should be here shortly. We got Zach and Byron Pretty right next to us. We got the Viking right over on the other side of him, and so yeah, it should be a good time. But yeah, Shingles will be here shortly. I think the Bairds are coming as well, and so I think both of their dads are racing, so it should be a pretty good time. And so we were thinking about all just running Trail Rider together, just kind of going out having fun. Not sure if we're going to do that yet or not, or if I'm just going to stick with my normal C class. So I'll update you tomorrow after I register, and yeah, it should be a good time. So I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, it is officially Saturday morning, which means it's race day, and man, we could not have asked for much more beautiful weather. So it is absolutely beautiful out here right now. There's no wind like there was last night. I know you guys probably just caught a glimpse of what I wasn't supposed to show you, but oh, there's Sarge. What's up, Sarge? That's Harrison's dog, one of Harrison's dog. Yeah, so we got the Bairds pulling in right next to us. We got the Shingles right next to them. And then go up over here, we got the Zach and Byron Pretty. We got the Viking. Louie also just pulled in. So good times at the races this morning. So yeah, it is like 50 some degrees right now. It's supposed to be in the 60s, it's supposed to be sunny, not supposed to be any wind or anything. Sarge is running away over there, but yeah, should be pretty nice. Track conditions are pretty darn prime, it seems like. We've got a little bit of the fields are a little soft. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we started out pretty fun. Got stuck coming in. The fields were a little soft, and so we had to get pulled in. But besides that, not too bad. The woods conditions, however, they're pretty dry, which is crazy. There's going to be even some dust in some wood spots, I imagine. But yeah, it should be overall pretty good morning. We got, let's see if I can do this without showing it too much. I've already shown it. Oh well. We got the quad we're going to get prepped, and yeah, should be good to go here shortly. Just got to get our wheel covers on, check our tire pressures, get her filled up with fuel, all that fun stuff, and overall it should be a good time. And so I did decide we are going to be running Trail Rider, me, Zach Schinkel, Harrison Baird, and all of our dads. My dad's supposed to be racing. I'm going to try to talk him into it. He's registered, so hopefully he gets up there on the line and goes out there with us. But all 6 of us, we're just going to go out, run Trail Rider for fun in the AM quad, and just have us a blast. So I may go out and do a couple highlights. I'm not going to do my full highlight videos like I usually do, but yeah, I may go out and just get a couple highlight snippets of the races, and yeah, should be a good day. So I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, well, youth is going right now, so that's what you hear in the background. You also hear another quad running in the background. I'll show you that here in a sec. But we are all suited up in our fly racing mesh kinetic gear, looking super fly, you know the deal. And so yeah, we're gonna go out there, have some fun today, and look what we got over here. We got old Steve McNabb, my dad, and we got his quad over there running. So you guys will learn more about that quad here in a later video, but that's what that quad was that I was hiding from you there. It's his quad, so it's going, getting ready to fire mine up. We're gonna head up to the line here shortly, and yeah, I think we're ready to go. Conditions are looking great, and I'll see you guys out on the racetrack. Here we go, guys. Okay, guys, we made it home from the final, well, actually not the final, but our final round of the year, IXCR round 12 rock run, and I had an absolute blast. It was a great weekend. So kind of recap the weekend. We got there on Friday, pulled in, got stuck getting to our camping spot, got pulled in. Field was a little bit softer than we expected. Kind of hung out Friday night. The Shinkles showed up. The Bairds showed up. Then we had all the guys from Kentucky that normally race IXCR. Had the Viking there. Zach and Byron Pretty, James Bradshaw, Louie, the guy that I've told you a while back who's from Africa, really cool guy. He actually, shout out to him, he let me ride his Can-Am Renegade around the pits real quick, and holy cow, was that thing insane. But anyway, that's besides the point. Hanging out with all those guys, great weekend. Saturday comes, and it's a lot warmer Saturday morning, and I was like, okay, this may not be a bad day. And by the time we got up to the start line, honestly, we were getting pretty toasty up there. It was starting to get kind of hot. So got up to the start line, and like you guys saw, we were running Trail Rider with myself. My dad was racing, Zach Shinkle, Zach's dad, Harrison, his dad, and then Logan Foltz and his dad. We were all racing together. We were all parked right there, 8 of us across that Trail Rider row, and then in total there was 40 of us in that row, which is kind of crazy for a local series. You don't really see that. So a lot of people showed up, ran Trail Rider just for fun. So that was a good time, definitely. Got off to a decent start. I think I was like 5th or 6th going into the woods, something like that. I was ahead. Me and Zach were going kind of right into that. Him and Logan both had me going into the first turn, but I carried a little bit more speed around that first turn and had the inside on the second. And Zach had me a little bit, but I was able to pull on the inside of that second turn and just barely beat him into the woods. He was right there next to me. So got off to a decent start, 5th or 6th into the woods. Was going through, hit the first pro hill right off the bat. I couldn't see the main line on the pro hill. I honestly still don't know what it looks like because I never went and looked at it. And when I got there, the sun was right above the hill, so I couldn't actually see the hill. And a bunch of people were kind of going up on the left side of the pro hill. And so I went up it. I made it just fine. And so I just kind of hit that the rest of the lap. Hit that first pro hill. Got going pretty good. Didn't have too much going on that first little couple miles, I'd say, something like that. And then first couple miles or so, and then probably about halfway through the lap, maybe mile 3 or 4, that's when the bottlenecks started to hit. I could really tell at that point that we were in the Trail Rider D class, back C class kind of guys. So bottlenecks started, and we were just kind of being patient because there really wasn't much place we could go, because this property, I forgot, but this property, it's one of the most technical and challenging properties I would say we ran. I never had an issue with anything. However, there's just so many ups and downs, so many off cambers, stuff like that, that in this property, and it's so rooted and rutted out just from the years that they've been racing it, that it's a really technical property. So got into that first bottleneck, waited there a couple minutes, it seemed like, made it through, got to another, not really bottleneck. There was one guy kind of stuck, and some people were just trying to go around him on a real steep downhill into an off camber uphill, and I kind of took a stupid line, trying to make kind of a new line, and ended up kind of getting stuck. Not really. I just kind of had to back down, go up a couple times, ended up making it up the hill, not too bad. Kept going from there, came to the second pro hill on the first lap, and I had never seen it. I saw it in videos last year, but I had never actually hit it or seen it. And so I got to it. I saw the yellow pro arrows, and I said, well, let's see how this goes. And I let her eat, and man, that hill it's a big steep hill, because it's not bad until you get about 3/4 of the way up, and then it goes almost vertical. It feels like it's just basically a straight up wall, and so you kind of shoot up off and kind of land on the top of the hill and take off. So that was super fun. Didn't have an issue with that. Finished up the first lap there. I didn't see what position I was in. I think I was maybe in like 5th or 6th at that point, something like that still. Not many people had passed me, I don't think, and I hadn't really gotten around anybody. So was running decent there. Hit the second lap. I think I got into a couple bottlenecks there, but nothing too bad. Was passing some people, was feeling good. And then came around, hit the Pro Hills again, no issues. Came around lap 3, and I think once again, nothing too eventful that I can really think of, but was running pretty good, and was just basically kind of going out there, and I mean, I was just having fun. That's all I was doing. I wouldn't say I was going 100%. There was times where I was riding pretty hard, but I wouldn't say I was like 100% riding my absolute hardest. And so we were just going out there having some fun, and just running something different, just trying something different, and it was so much fun. So third lap went through, didn't have any issues, hit the Pro Hills again, and came through at the very end of lap 3. And I've never had this happen. I've seen it happen, but I've never had it happen, where I'm coming through the finish, I got the white flag, and then right behind me, the leader of the race came through, and he got the checkered. So technically, I could have stayed on the lead lap, but I kind of started on that fourth lap, and I was going, and I realized, I was like, you know what, I'm just out here doing this for fun. I'm gonna pull off. I feel good. I haven't, hurt myself. I haven't done anything stupid. And so I just pulled off, went back to the pits, and kind of got cleaned up and ready for the next race. But overall, man, I had an absolute blast. It was so much fun going out there and running Trail Rider, because I had no expectations. When you're running C class, when you're being competitive, you're kind of stressed. You're like, I want to do good. I want to make good decisions. I don't want to get stuck, all this stuff, which I didn't want to. But it's like, if I did, it wasn't the end of the world today. I was just out there having some fun. And so, yeah, by far, that was probably some of the most fun I've had, just out on the racetrack, just messing around, out there gooning around. So it was an absolute blast. And so I ended up in Trail Rider. I actually brought home some hardware in the Trail Rider class. So we got our plaque here. As you can see, we got an amazing 7th place. But out of 40 riders, really not that bad. And I was looking at the list of riders that beat me, and I'm 99% sure I know at least 5 of the 6 that beat me are A riders, A or pro riders that came and they ran Trail Rider. And so the one I'm not 100% sure about, but it's like, I think he was definitely a little bit faster. But so it's like, that makes me feel really good that I was out there, wasn't necessarily going 100%, was riding pretty good, and the only guys I got beat by in that class were like pro and A riders. So definitely a lot of fun there. Now, Hank, they don't score Trail Rider in the overall, but I was looking at the time, I would have been somewhere right around the 50-ish mark. I'll put exactly what it is on the screen. Somewhere in the 50s is where I would have been for the overall. Out of, there was like 114, I think, quads in the AM. So honestly, not too bad, especially starting in the very back and having to work my way through lap traffic and all that stuff. I think it was a pretty good weekend. The old quad did exactly what it was supposed to do. Didn't end up, didn't have any issues with her. There was a little bit of a noise coming from, I don't know if it was maybe my chain slider or something. It sounded like it was maybe making a little noise. I'm not sure. But other than that, the quad ran amazing, had no issues. We don't have any flats. We don't, no problems. The suspension was doing exactly what it was supposed to. The only thing I did notice during the race is, I'm pretty sure, because I actually tightened up my stabilizer right before Ironman to make my steering tougher, and today it was getting really loose. I could tell, and I was hitting stuff and the bars were jerking. So I think that thing is definitely due for a rebuild. Needs some fresh fluid in her. But other than that, the quad ran absolutely amazing, had a blast. Big thanks to all the families that come out, hang out with us, and just make a great weekend. Big thanks to everybody that comes, watch the videos, talk to some great people this weekend. And overall, it was just, I've said it like 30 times already, but it was an absolute blast this weekend. So big thanks to you guys for coming watching. Big thanks to all my sponsors this year. I'm not going to go through and name every single one at the moment, but like I said, they're all on the screen at the very end of the video. I'll make probably a separate video this year going through all my sponsors again and thanking them for everything they've done. But yeah, it's been an absolute great year of racing. I really couldn't have asked for much better. You know, it's like I said, or like some of you may know, this is really only my second year back full-time racing. I raced a little bit when I was in the youth, but then I took a bunch of time off, like 5 or 6 years, and kind of got back into it on the 400 last year. And then, so this is my first ever year on a 450. And so honestly, I am very satisfied with how the year went. We had some issues, we had some ups, we had some downs, but overall I would say it was a pretty good year. Came out pretty unscathed. So yeah, big thanks to you guys for watching. I've been rambling for a little over 10 minutes at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and end out this video. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one.